Moon Powered Astrology. This is Claudia of Moon Powered Astrology, tuning you into what is up for the week ahead. And it is September 11th, 2023. Before I get into what's going on this week, we're going to do the heart drop. So put your feet on the floor wherever you are, or if you're sitting in a lotus position, if you're fortunate enough to be able to do that, feel your rear end on the floor. Feel your hips supported by the surface that you're sitting on. And begin to become aware of your breath as it comes and goes. Inhale through the nose, out, exhale through the mouth. Be sure to feel your feet. The breath is coming up from your own private Earth star, 3.5 feet below your feet, your electromagnetic connection to the grid of the Earth. Bring that energy up, 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 up. Feel that prana enlivening every one of the trillions of cells in your beautiful, magnificent body. Make your exhalation a little longer than your inhalation. Beautiful, delicious breaths. Life force from source. The prana is all the way to your fingertips, from your toes, up through your shoulders drop away from your ears, and as the breath reaches the top of your head, a column of white light pours down through your crown chakra, erasing all negativity, dissolving anything that keeps you from being here in this present moment with me, being present in the present as the presence. This is the assignment of all awakening ones on this planet. Feel that white light purifying everything in your body. Now on the next breath, inhale, and as you exhale, your consciousness drops from behind your facial mask, letting go of all that thinkety-think. Consciousness moves down through your throat, through your chest, and down into your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart. Your belly is moving, but see the breath. Feel the breath moving in and out of your heart. And now a beautiful ray of rosy pink, like rose quartz light, fills your heart. All 4 chambers are being filled with this beautiful rosy ray of self-love. And now an emerald green ray comes to join this rosy ray. The emerald green ray of all healing, heart healing, and opening the heart to love again. And now these beautiful rays entwine, and they move out to fill your whole body. All those trillions of cells now feel this beautiful self-love and all healing energy. And now the energy moves through your skin to fill your auric field, enlivening your Merkaba, and out into the area of your environment. Bask in this incredible glow of self-love. And by now, you should be present in this present moment with the sound of my voice. Open your eyes and come back to be with me. So, as you can see, my inflammation has been taking off with this Leo fire cycle. Yeah. So all prayers for healing this chronic condition are welcome and much appreciated. And I send blessings out to you for anything that needs to be healed in your life as well. So this is a week of endings and beginnings, and it begins in the balsamic phase of the moon, the final phase of the 8 that made up the Leo lunar cycle, which began on, I believe it was August 16th. And we are going to finish the week with a new moon. So this is a week of endings and new beginnings. And one of the things that I heard as I was watching some inspirational stuff over the weekend was nothing, if it's not arising in your heart, is true. And I thought that was a really good phrase for this Leo lunar cycle. You were asked to look at what your heart-centered passions were, where you wanted more romance in your life. After the solstice in Cancer, where you birthed something, now you made a beautiful den for your, whatever you're creating. And also asked yourself, how am I willing to step out and shine? And what do I need to do to amp up my game to be able to do that? How can I improve my heart health and my vitality? Because this was a cycle ruled by the sun. And as we move into the balsamic phase, we move into the depth of the dark regarding the light, and light equals energy. And so it's a time to rest more, be sure that you meditate, and assimilate what has occurred during this cycle. It's the time of compost. What's going to make good fertilizer for the next cycle, the Virgo cycle? And what do you want to leave behind? Where has there been drama in your life that's just not necessary? And how can you not support that tendency? Where can you come more from your heart? Doing the heart drop. Have you been practicing the heart drop? This was a cycle to definitely practice the heart drop 24/7. Really, really ramping up your contribution to the love revolution going on among light workers on the planet. Your upper back and spine, solar plexus, these were areas called to your attention at the time of this Leo lunar cycle. And this is also the sign of the charismatic leader. So where can you step up to be the leader in your own life? Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is asking us this: where do we take on the mantle of responsibility in our own lives? And where do we look to and where do we believe there's an external reality that is providing for us, as opposed to our own vibration creating our reality in every moment? Remember, I'd said that your heart is your connection to the cosmos, to the universe, and each of you is a universe. With Mercury retrograde, it's going to be going direct this week. Yeah. You're looking at what you fertilize with your words and your thoughts and your communication. Is it loving? It comes from the heart. It's true, right? That's a really good one to remember. And there's a quote from Abraham Joshua Herzl that I liked. He was a British theologian. He lived from 1907 to 1972. And he was talking about awe. He said, awe is more than emotion. It is a way of understanding, insight, and meaning greater than ourselves. The beginning of awe is wonder, and the beginning of wisdom is awe. I love that. Also, I think wonder is a great word. Anytime you can inject wonder into your life. And Leo has to do with children. So that reminds you about the child in you. And it was a wonderful cycle to heal the adolescent, because Leo refers to the adolescent child, the child that's moving into the teen years and getting ready to move into relationship with others out in the world. Very creative, very self-expressive, creative energy is Leo. And it shines its light out into the world and into its own heart. The lion roaring its joy with life. As we're in the balsamic phase, moonrise, and we're going to end up in the depth of the dark by tomorrow, but moonrise is 3 a.m. and moonset is 3 p.m. So you might see that silvery sliver to the far left of the moon, a silvery sliver of light left as the moon moves into the depth of the dark, which precedes every new moon. That is what the balsamic phase is about. And as I mentioned, as light equals energy, this is not a time to push ahead. This is a time to compost, to rest, to get in touch with your inner self, to journal, and to really glean the wisdom that you've gained during this cycle. And that's what all these retrogrades are helping you do too, to glean the wisdom. I'm going to move through the week now as far as what's ahead. So let me just get to this. So today, right now, the moon is at 12 degrees of Leo. And we're back where we began with this cycle, right? We're back to the time of the new moon, although when the moon gets to 23 degrees of Leo, that's where the new moon was, and it was exactly square Uranus. So we had an opportunity for ancestral clearing and for awakenings and for sudden upsets to occur. You know, we had what ended up being a tropical storm, but we were warned that it would be a hurricane out here in California. And so there were upsets, and the upsets continue. Uranus retrograde asks us to look at what we are being asked to awaken to. What is your awakening about? And what has been going on in your life regarding sudden change, upset apple carts, and innovation, and thinking out of the old box. Yeah, as you look at how you're going to step out and shine and express yourself creatively. If you've had experiences with this, let me know. Let me know in the comments. You know, people get sometimes you get a chat going. It's wonderful. And sometimes I see it later. But if you're here with me live this morning, please let me know. I love it when I'm actually talking to somebody. But I see all of you. I just see a field of light and beautiful heart-centered beings that I am speaking to as I do this live stream. It's also going to be available on YouTube and Facebook after today, after this show. So you can always replay it if there's something that you want to go back over, or if you're just watching it for the first time on the replay. So tomorrow at 10:18 p.m., tomorrow night, the moon is going to move into Virgo as it begins to prepare to finish the cycle and prepare for the new moon in Virgo coming on Thursday. And today, we're going to have the moon conjunct Venus, now direct, right, since last Sunday. And this invites collaboration with a trusted friend. So you might see if that plays out in your life today. And then the moon squares Jupiter at 4:34 p.m. So don't over dramatize things. That can be the challenge as the moon squares Jupiter. And this is a conflicting kind of aspect, a square. Hi, Tracy, welcome. And so that's the main thing to watch for, is unnecessary drama as we complete this time in Leo. Tracy's hailing from Valencia. I also do love to know where you're hailing from. Tomorrow, when you wake up, the moon will be square Uranus. And so avoid snap judgments tomorrow. You might find that you get into some Donnybrooks, as it's called, or that something that you're chewing on in your mind with the final days of Mercury retrograde, but avoid snap judgments. And then on Wednesday, The moon is going to be opposite Saturn when you wake up. So you might wake up with a sour attitude. But that's if you allow the burden of responsibilities and a sense of isolation to overwhelm you or weigh too heavily. That's what can create and prolong a sour attitude. So again, appreciate, go into gratitude, shift you right away, drop into your heart, fill yourself massively with self-love. Tap on your thoracic right here and say, I deeply love and appreciate myself. I deeply love and appreciate myself. You do that with me. Tap on your thoracic right here, your thymus. I deeply love and appreciate myself. It's good to say it 3 times because by the time you get to the 3rd one, you really mean it. You're really there with yourself about it. So on Thursday, we have the moon trine Jupiter, and so that's lighter and it's more productive mood-wise. So that'll feel good. So moon trines Jupiter at dawn out here on the West Coast. And, I'm always talking in terms of Pacific daylight. It's still daylight time, California time. So you can adjust for wherever you're listening from. But that'll lighten the mood compared to what was going on Wednesday. And at 6:39 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we're going to have a new moon at 21 degrees of Virgo. And it will be opposite Neptune. And I'll be talking more about that in just a minute. Hi, Amber. No, never. Not sure what that refers to, but I guess I'll find out, hopefully. And then on Friday, actually on Friday, Mercury moves direct. And remember, when a planet moves direct, it's called stationing. And it's almost like it drills down really intensely with the energy. So just be aware of that on Friday. And also on Friday at 10:45 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the moon moves into Libra, encouraging collaboration, harmony in relationships, win-win solutions, all of those good things. Also, Venus is opposite the moon, and that perfects at 3:29 a.m. So you might find that your dream time is full of visions and fanciful adventures. So you can be aware of that on Friday. If you're keeping a dream journal, definitely that. And I really encourage you, with Saturn in Pisces right now and Neptune at home in Pisces, continuing to travel through Pisces, its home territory, I really encourage you to keep a dream journal. And also, I think I mentioned last week that a lot of the things that you're dumping, so to speak, are happening in your sleep. Because things that are challenging for us to let go of, or that we're just ruminating about, they can, and just, you can request that, before you go to sleep. Do your feelization so that you go to sleep in a really good space. And then, welcome, release in your dreams. You can also welcome Archangel Michael to do some work with that beautiful flaming sword to cut the cords to old limitations, old things that keep you from making your dreams real. When you wake on Friday morning, the moon will be trine Pluto. It's 6:50 a.m. our time. And so that might have you focusing on the mountains, the obstacles in front of you. And of course, it's good to look at what do you want to transform, to move those obstacles, to eliminate old ideas and traditions so that you can move forward to head to that mountain peak. And as the moon moves into Libra, that amplifies the need to connect with others and to socialize. And that's moving into the weekend, and until after 9 p.m. on Sunday night, the moon's going to be in Libra. So it's a great weekend to socialize, to get back in touch with your relationships. So at 1:20 p.m., the Mercury stations retrograde. And over the next 2 weeks, as Mercury begins to pick up speed in the shadow period, you're going to find that it's easier to establish those daily routines that the new moon in Virgo calls for and supports. Saturday, big word for words for Libra are always balance, harmony. Justice is another one. Don't get caught on the wheel of justice. Life isn't fair. Move into the Venusian attitude of Libra, which sees the beauty in life and the beauty in our connections. And in the afternoon, the moon will be sextiling Venus in Leo. And so that's a playful exchange and possible romance. So you know that this is a good week for cultivating those things. And on Sunday, the moon continues in Libra, and that social need for connection continues, and the balance and looking for balance in your relationships. So that's your week ahead. Let's talk about this new moon coming up in Virgo. Virgo represents the first harvest. When the moon is new in Libra, we look at ways to share our harvest. And the retrogrades are helping you with this. It may not seem like it, but because the retrograde, all those RE words, review, reform, reintegrate, rectify, recalibrate, realign, all of this is up for you now with the retrogrades that are going on. And Virgo has to do with taking the passions and the things that you saw that made your heart sing, those self-expressive passions and creative projects that made your heart really sing. Now they move forward into a context of service. Virgo is a service sign. It is the Virgin, and therefore we know that it's a great time to purify your body, your health, your atmosphere, organize, declutter, release extraneous details, be aware, prioritize, look at how you can be more efficient. This is the ecologist of the zodiac. We've had something going on around here that's really interesting in the desert. Across the highway, I live above Palm Springs, about 2,800 feet above the desert floor. And we've had, especially since COVID, we've had some people move in who have brought their city mentality with them, and they want to be isolated here in this area. This is a community, however. And so someone who's up in the mountains on the other side, who has built their home and paved their driveway all the way up, and they are seemingly by themselves up there. However, there have been huge booms like bombs. One went off in June, and we had two go off Saturday night. And it seems that they are bombing coyote dens. We are living on this earth with all sorts of beings, all sorts of creatures. We assume that we're more intelligent than they are. I'm not so sure about that. Are you? Yeah. And that's why the moon is so good to be in touch with, because it draws us back to our instinctual nature. And that's where creatures operate. And all of life operates on an instinctual level. We're the ones that try to control that. And so this is an example of that. And so it was reported, but supposedly this is what they're doing. Imagine mother and children being bombed out of existence. Yep. We all know that humans are the only ones that do this stuff. So speaking ecologically, we live, a mile away from where this was happening. And yesterday we had a bobcat just sauntering through our little complex here with a prey in its mouth. but a bobcat. We're not used to that. That's not normal. Normally, they are out in the wild and we are here. It was quite a dramatic, beautiful sight, but also shocking in the way that the ecology of the area has been turned upside down. How are you living ecologically? Are you living in harmony with the earth as much as possible? Is convenience your number one priority? Comfort, number one priority? With Uranus in Taurus, the sign that loves comfort, it's really upsetting the apple carts regarding that, right? Waking us up to the fact that this planet is a conscious being, and all of the wonderful creatures on it are gifts to us to learn from, to live in harmony with. So look at how you can establish more harmony and more ecology, more ecological living in your life. How will you purify your environment around you, your home, your area, but also your body? Virgo rules physical health and your daily routine. The opposite, we have this new moon opposite Neptune in Pisces, and it is 5 degrees away. The moon and the sun are at 21 degrees. Neptune is at 26 degrees. So as we move through the day, we move through the night because this new moon is at 6:39 p.m. on the Pacific Daylight Time. And as we move through the night, this will perfect or exact this opposition, which will bring your dreams into your awareness. But also Neptune, it can make you feel disconnected, delusional, but it can also bring the power of magic. Health-wise, it rules Pisces, rules mental, emotional, and spiritual health, spiritual, mental, emotional health, which is the whole package with Virgo opposite, which outpictures in your physical health. So as we look at this opposition to Neptune, the theme for this new moon becomes practical magic. Virgo is the practical sign of the zodiac. Efficiency, practicality, simplicity, systems that make our lives more efficient and run more smoothly. The challenge is being a worrier, getting caught up in the worry-go-round, being a workaholic, because Virgo rules daily work. So that balance of health is so, so important. Also, Neptune rules the lymphatic system. So remember that it's telling us that a big part of having the magic of physical health occur in our lives is movement. It's challenging to move during the summer sometimes when it's really, really hot, but it's so important. I know one of the things that, as of the full moon, that I really committed to, because Pisces rules the feet and it rules dance. So I am committed to dancing every day in my space, just turning something on YouTube and getting my lymph moving. I think that's going to help a lot of things on a lot of levels. As I mentioned, this is the first harvest. So looking at what you have managed to create this year, what you've gone through, what are the messages, what have you awakened to, and the retrograde as it begins to move forward slowly and pick up speed will help you with that. It's a great time to do a fast, especially when the equinox occurs, the 21st, 22nd of this month. Every quarter is a great time to do a fast and a cleanse. And the Virgo cycle is an absolutely wonderful time to look at how you're going to do that and start to get that set up. Are you nourishing yourself with food that's going to really help you be of service out in the world? The moon teaches us that we can't draw from an empty well. And sometimes Virgo can be so up in its head because it's ruled by Mercury that it tends to not pay attention to the fact that physical health, all of physical health, is ruled by this vibration, Virgo. So So it's time to organize, get your priorities straight, look at your physical health, make sure that your daily routine serves you well, that you're not a workaholic, that you give yourself enough time to do sacred self-care so that the vibration, because your vibration is really what serves others, so that your vibration is way ramped up, your frequency is high, and you're in truly coming from your heart, truly in a good mood. And be aware of making that long distance journey. They say the longest journey is from the head to the heart, that 18-inch journey. What are the important details in your life? What needs to be released, let go of, decluttering, getting ready, organizing your harvest, so to speak. And this new moon is also trine Uranus. So, hi, Angela. Thank you for your comment. So, and you know, I love it when you comment and share me and subscribe on YouTube, all of those good things. I just love you all so much. That's why I do this. No matter what, no matter what's going on with me, I spend my weekends and beginning on Thursday, I start to put together what is happening, what's going on, and hopefully there's a tidbit in here that will help you navigate for your highest good and greatest joy. So more flexibility with this trine to Uranus and this opposition to Neptune. This is going to bring more flexibility regarding your expectations. So spend some time doing a brain dump as you do your intentions so that you get down to what your priorities really are regarding your health, regarding your relationships, regarding your business, regarding your home and family. One of the pitfalls of Virgo is perfectionism. And, source don't create any junk. God don't create no junk. Yeah, God don't make no junk. That's how it goes. So, remember, you were created perfect. Your consciousness has the capability of accepting you in all your perfection, just the way you are. And that can keep your monkey mind from just working overtime with judgment. Discernment is a really good word for Virgo. Be discerning as opposed to being judgmental. I mentioned the magician last week, the card in the tarot, the magician. And the magician has all of the elements for alchemy on the table before him. And one hand is toward the table, and the other hand is up. The other arm is up toward source, toward God, reminding us that alchemy occurs when we bring in the divine, that we are in co-creation. And with the great awakener, Uranus in a harmonious aspect, and Neptune opposite, these are outer planets, and they remind us that the power of the quantum field is with us if we will release worry. If you're worrying or you're overthinking, you're not in the present moment. And the only power is in the present moment. So come into the present moment as you set your intentions. Do your feelization out of your, use your mind for visualization, and then drop into your heart. Drop into that picture that you've created and feel what it feels like. And that marries head and heart. And if you do your feelization, if you do this visualization and then feelization before you go to sleep at night, you may find incredible solutions and answers in your dreams. And at the very least, you'll sleep better and you'll sleep happily. What a wonderful concept, right? Sleeping happily. Yeah. So that's pretty much what's going on. I want to look here to give you the ritual tools for the Virgo lunar cycle. So the mutable, the energy, the modality is mutable, which reminds you that change is a sure thing. Be open to change, be flexible, cultivate flexibility. The element is earth. Virgo is an earth sign. Ground yourself. Ground your intentions with the process I've previously mentioned. The flowers are wildflowers, daisies, and pansies. I love pansies, don't you? Yeah, yeah. And the colors are heather, white, and navy. The affirmation is I am focused in the moment, enjoying my process, and I make changes easily, which is a really good one with all these retrogrades because you are being asked to make the changes necessary as you look at your harvest and you look at the things in this 7 year that you want to put energy behind and the things that you want to release energy from. So it's harvest times. And this brings you to a crossroads. So what's dead or dying can no longer be ignored. And we have this bit of magic. And I wish you all a very magical week, a magical full moon, new moon, magical new moon. Happy Mercury direct. Venus is now direct. And so as we move forward into the fall, we have an opportunity to raise our consciousness, to be more and more aware of ourselves as creators. What have we created? How are we organizing what we've created? How are we recycling ecologically, right? Ecology. How are we recycling? How are we paying it forward? How can we put our heart-centered passions and our self-expression and our creative juices into service, into a context of service for ourselves, make our own hearts continue to sing, and for the world? I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you so much for being with me. It means so much to me, and I love you so much. How much? I love you to the moon and way beyond. Have a happy day and a beautiful, blessed week. me.
Oh, I can't believe today's the 11th.
I know, right?
It seems like yesterday.
I know.
Or last month, a year, but not 22 years.
Yeah. Well, it brought us, it ripped apart the fabric of our illusion that we are not the world.
Yep.
You know,
And it was our own government that did it.
I know. It's a heartbreak.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.